Okay, so today we are going to be learning how to make one of these miniature daisy granny squares. They're pretty tiny. I think they measure about 2.5 inches across. So they're really good if you want to make a lot of something very quickly to fill a large space, like a blanket or a bag, for example. So what you're going to need for this is 3 different types of coloured yarn. I'm using a 3mm crochet hook, darning needle, and a pair of scissors. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start by making this middle section here, the yellow bit. So we're going to take our yellow yarn, and we're going to make a slip knot. I'll link to a video on how to make a slip knot above if you are unsure of how to do that. So we make our slip knot, take our hook, pop it into the loop and tighten it up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to chain 3, okay? So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We're then going to take our hook and pop it back into that very first chain that we made. And what that will do is create a little loop on your hook, okay? So then we're going to yarn over and pull through everything on the loop. On the hook, sorry. Okay? So now what you've got is what looks like a knot, but in the middle of that knot there will be a hole. If you poke your hook in, you'll be able to see it goes in quite easily, and you've got this little miniature donut shape. And that is what we're going to be working into. So to start, what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to pop our hook into the middle of that donut. Going to catch the yarn, pull it through, and then we're going to catch the yarn and pull it through 2 loops on the hook. Okay, and that was our first single crochet. So we're going to do 7 more of those, so you've got 8 in total. So pop the hook into the donut, we catch the yarn, pull it through the donut, and that leaves 2 loops on your hook. You're then going to yarn over and pull the yarn through both loops on the hook. Okay, so now that's 2 single crochets and we need 6 more. Okay, so it's going to continue with those. Okay, so now we've got 8 single crochets in our donut. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our hook, we're going to pop it into that very first single crochet that we made. Then you're going to catch the yarn, put it through that single crochet, and then take the first loop on your hook and pull it under the second to make a slip stitch. Okay, we can now pull it out a little bit. Grab our scissors, snip the yarn, and then we can take the tail, pull it through the loop. Okay, and there we have the centre of our daisy. Okay, so now that we've got our centre, we can now start to do the petals of our daisy. So these white bits here around the edge. To do that, we're going to take our white yarn, pull a bit out, and we will once again make a slip knot. Okay, so then we take our hook and we can pop it into any one of these single crochets that we made in the center. So I'm going to pop it in like so, take your slip knot, pop it onto the hook and then pull to tighten. We're then going to pull the loop through our single crochet, just like that, and then we're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now we're going to work back into that same single crochet stitch. So we're going to yarn over, we're going to pop the hook into the single crochet, we're going to catch the yarn, pull it through the single crochet, so you've got 3 loops on your hook. You're then going to catch the yarn and pull it through the first 2 loops on your hook, so you're left with 2. Okay, we do that again. So we yarn over, we pop our hook back into that same single crochet stitch, catch the yarn, pull it through, and then we've got 4 loops on the hook. We then catch the yarn, pull it through the first 2 loops, and that makes 3 loops on the hook. Then you're going to yarn over one last time, pop the hook into the same single crochet stitch, catch the yarn and pull it through, so you've got 5 loops on your hook. You're then going to catch the yarn and pull it through those first 2 loops, and then that leaves 4 loops on your hook. So then what we're going to do is we're going to catch the yarn and go through all 4 loops at the same time, and that makes our first petal. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to move on to the next petal. So we chain 2, 1, 2, and we're going to start working into that next single crochet stitch along. So what we're going to do here is we're going to single crochet 5 together. It's a similar process to what we did in the previous stitch, except we don't need to do these chains on the end. So what we're going to do is we're going to yarn over, pop our hook into the next single crochet stitch, catch the yarn, pull it through, catch the yarn, pull it through the first 2 loops on your hook, and that leaves 2 loops on the hook. We're then going to yarn over, pop our hook back into that same single crochet stitch, catch the yarn, pull it through, leaving 4 loops on your hook. You're going to catch the yarn, pull it through the first 2 to make 3 loops. We then yarn over again, pop it back into the same single crochet stitch, catch the yarn, pull it through. We've got 5 loops on our hook. We then single crochet, we then yarn over and pull through those first 2 loops on the hook to make 4 loops. We yarn over now one last time, pop the hook into the single crochet, catch the yarn, pull it through. We then yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops on the hook, and then yarn over and pull through all 5 loops on the hook at the same time. Okay, and that makes our second petal. So what we're going to do now is move on to the third petal. We're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and we're going to repeat that again. So we yarn over, pop our hook into the next stitch, catch the yarn, pull it through. Then catch the yarn, pull through the first 2 loops on the hook to make 2 loops. We then yarn over, pop the hook back into the single crochet, catch the yarn, pull it through, and then we catch the yarn, pull it through the first 2 loops on the hook, and that leaves 3 loops. We yarn over again, pop the hook into the single crochet, catch the yarn, pull it through, and then we yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops on the hook to make 4 loops, and then one last time we yarn over, pop our hook into the single crochet, catch the yarn, pull it through, and then we've yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops on the hook, and that leaves us with 5 loops. So then we yarn over, pull through all 5 loops, and then we chain 2. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to repeat that the whole way around our centre until we've got 8 petals. Okay, so just get a bit more yarn here. Okay, so once you've got your 8 petals and you've done your last 2 single crochet, what we're going to do is we're going to join back in the top chain that we made previously right at the beginning. Okay, so here we've got our 3 chain stitches that we did, and we're going to stick our hook into that top one. And it's a bit fiddly, but there we go. Ooh. Okay, and then we catch the yarn, pull it through, and we take that first loop and pull it through the second loop on the hook. And then snip our yarn, pull the tail through the loop, make a knot. And there we have the centre of our granny square. Okay, so now what we're going to do is start making the outside of our granny square, this black bit. So to do that, we're going to take our final colour yarn, pull it out, and once again we're going to make a slip knot. Okay, we then take our hook and we can pop it into any one of these gaps in between our petals. So you see how each one underneath the 2 chain stitches that we made, there's a gap. So we're going to pop our hook in there and take our slip knot, pop it onto the hook, pull the tail to tighten it up. We're then going to hold our yarn and pull it through the gap. We're then going to chain 5, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now that's going to act as 1 double crochet plus 2 chain spaces, okay? So now into that exact same hole we're going to do 3 double crochet. So this is a corner space. So each one of these is going to be treated slightly differently for each side. So you can see here, in order to make a square, we've got these 2 corner bits which are both 3 double crochet, and then in between the 2 corners we're going to do 3 half double crochets, and then again we've got the 3 double crochets times 2 in the corner, and it repeats the whole way round. So to do the double crochet, we're going to yarn over, pop our hook into the hole, catch the yarn, pull it through, and that makes 3 loops on our hook. We're then going to catch the yarn, pull through the first 2 loops on the hook, and then catch the yarn, pull through the second 2 loops on the hook. Okay, and we do that again. So yarn over, pop our hook into the same hole, catch the yarn, pull it through, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops on the hook, and yarn over, pull through the second 2 loops on your hook. And then for a third time, we yarn over, pop the hook into the same hole, catch the yarn, pull it through, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through the second 2 loops on the hook. Okay, so now we're going to start working into the next gap between our petals. So remember right now what we're doing is our 3 half double crochets. So to do that, what we do is we yarn over, same as before, pop our hook into the hole, catch the yarn, pull it through to make 3 loops on your hook, but instead of doing the step in between that we did before, what we're going to do is just catch the yarn and pull through all 3 loops on your hook at the same time, and that makes a half double crochet. So once again, yarn over, pop the hook into the hole, catch the yarn, pull it through, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on your hook at the same time. Okay, we do that one more time. Yarn over, pop the hook into the hole, catch the yarn, pull it through, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on the hook. Okay, so now we've got our next corner space. So what we're going to do is we're going to yarn over and do our 3 double crochets. Get some more yarn. Okay, and now what we need to do is we need to make this space in between the corner. So we need to be able to turn it round to start working on the next side. To do that, we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, okay, and then back into that same space, we're going to do 3 more double crochets. So yarn over, okay, so now we've got one side of our granny square. Into this next stitch, what we're going to do is we're going to do 3 half double crochets, exactly the same as we did before. Okay, and then we're back into the next corner. So we're going to do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then we chain 2, so 1, 2, and then we do 3 more double crochets in the exact same hole. So 1, 2, 3, and you can see another side of our granny square is done. So what we're going to do now into the next hole is 3 half double crochets. Okay, so yarn over, put a hook in the hole. Oops. And then into the next one we do our last corner, so 3 double crochet, chain 2, 1, 2, and then back into that same hole we do 3 more double crochets. Okay, now onto our last side. So what we do here is our last set of half double crochets in the next hole. Okay, now, so at the beginning when we did our chain 5, remember I said that acts as 1 double crochet and 2 chain spaces. So what we're going to do to finish off this granny square is we yarn over, pop the hook through the hole, catch the yarn, yarn through the first 2 loops, yarn through the second 2 loops to make a double crochet, and we do that one more time. And because this is acting as a double crochet, that means we only need to do 2 in this corner. So to finish off, what we're going to do is pop our hook into that third chain, so 1, 2, 3, pop the hook in. We then catch the yarn, pull it through the first loop, and then pull that first loop on the hook through the second loop on the hook. And that is our granny square. So we can just tie off. Of course you're going to need to tie in the ends, but that's not exactly the fun bit, is it? So, and there we have it. A tiny little miniature daisy granny square. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe. It really helps me out if you can do that. And I've also got an Instagram if you want to check that out as well, so tag me in any makes. I really love seeing them. So yeah, thank you.